How you doing? Popo here. So I am attacking a project that I really didn't want to tackle, but they want a lot of money and I can't drive this country coach all the way to Eugene, Oregon to get it fixed. So it's like, I don't know, $1,000 drive out there, $5,000–6,000 repair, $1,000 drive back, including airline tickets. So we're looking at $10,000 to fix a delam on this slide out. So this exterior wall has separated along the edges, up and down on front and back, and along the bottom. I contacted Premier RV and they explained to me exactly how they would fix it. So I'm going to attempt to try to fix it myself following the directions that they gave me. So basically, let's see if you can see what I'm looking at. Let me get my glasses on. I sure can't see it. So, if you can see, right here, that gap. Is it focusing on it? It's hard to tell. And you can see the wall moving. It's like that. Pretty much almost to the top. And coming down, and it's not doing it at the bottom right here. But if you look at the bottom over here, you can see it moving. So it's delammed on the bottom. And then over here on the front, well, the gasket's in the way. I thought I loosened it up. You can see the caulking right there, and you can see it moving there. So it's delammed here, going up. Another question that I had for them was, what about the bolts in the top of this thing? He said, what bolts? So Premier RV and Country Coach in Oregon have both noted that those screws along the top up there originally were not there, but looking at them, they're spaced out perfectly. They look like it was factory, but I guess it's not. So I'm thinking, okay, they probably got a delam up there, and whoever had the coach before me at some point decided to bolt it instead of fixing it. So I bought the material that they told me to use, and it's on order. I forget the name of it, but when it comes in on the rest of this video, I'll show you what it looks like. So basically the steps is remove the gasket, get the caulking out, and then use wedges and pry it back as far as you can. Reach in there, dig all the bad wood out that you can reach in with picks and whatever you can get in there to jerk that old wood out. Then using a sealant, an adhesive that's made for this, inject that in there and then clamp it. So I got to come up with some sort of clamping system that I can clamp this edge of the wall and across the bottom. Across the bottom won't be so bad. I can use C-clamps underneath here. So C-clamps would be easy underneath. Pushing on here, I may be able to come off my structure, one of these, and push with a 2x4 piece of carpet where it don't scratch the paint up, because you can see the paint job on this thing is beautiful and I don't want to mess it up. So I have to take the hardware off, set the slide out topper back on the roof, get it out of the way. I'm going to take all them bolts out up there, and then I'm going to start using wedges and start trying to peel it back without cracking the fiberglass, because this fiberglass is, I don't know, it's 3/16 of an inch thick. When they built these country coaches back in '98, they really did a high quality job. That's one of the reasons why I went with a country coach. But I will video this process, right or wrong. I'm going to learn how to do this, and we're going to get this job done. And I hope that anybody watching this can leave comments in the bottom and let me know how they would have done it, or you know, thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll take it either way. So I'm gonna get started and you guys can watch. Oh, and by the way, that little scaffold, I just bought that. That's a Harbor Freight special. Hopefully, and it will get me to the top because I've already climbed up there. So it's gonna help out. Instead of working off ladders, I'm putting the legs out on this tripod. It'd be a whole lot safer, I feel. Okay.
Oh, Papa,
Oh, and by the way, this is my helper. This is Cohen, my grandson. He's going to be helping me through this process for the first 2 days.
I have a shark shirt on.
Okay. Shark shirt. Important.
Because, I know a great white can outrun a human.
What?
A great white can outrun a human.
Outswim a human? Great white can outswim a human. Okay, let's take care of this.
Okay.
So I got all the hardware off, and fortunately it doesn't seem like the top has delammed. I don't know what them screws are all about, but I could tell they were screwed into metal. So they're screwed into the metal frame, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get me some stainless steel ones, new ones, and put back in there. That way when I'm messing with the sides, I won't cause a problem up top. But before I do all that, I want to get all that cleaned, resealed, and taken care of up top. So Premier did say use polyurethane to seal it. I'm only familiar with polyurethane that you spray over stuff to seal it. But what I'm looking at up there looks like some sort of caulking. I'll have to look it up. I've never seen polyurethane caulking. I haven't seen everything in the world, so it's probably out there. And I'll reseal it once I get everything cleaned up and get the sides and the bottom done. I'll seal all the way around. Once it's laminated back and once it's glued back together, then I'll seal it with that polyurethane. Okay, I got this opened up a little bit to see inside there. I don't know if you can see in there or not. It looks like the adhesive is let go, but I don't see any wood. It's not like the wood is separated. It's like that sheet metal I was talking about that's separated from the wood, and the wood hadn't come apart. And as you can see, looking at this angle right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's only from here to here, all the way up, except for on the bottom. Bottom's much worse. But I don't know if you can see that bow. You can kind of see it right there. You can see that bow. It's right there. With the wedges in there, it really shows it. Starts right here, and then it comes out. It comes out this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning up. I don't have the stuff to fix it with yet, but it won't be long. It's going to come in a few days, and next weekend I'll go ahead and try to reseal all this up. But I'm going to continue prepping and keep scraping, get it all cleaned up for when that stuff shows up, and we'll spray it in there and clamp it back down. Hopefully after a day or two of it being clamped down, I can let go of it and it'll stay, and we'll reseal everything and put all the hardware back on, and hopefully be good to go. Alright, I guess you can see what I'm doing. I'm fixing to scrape this underside out right here. I'll try to get you in there when I start doing it. You can see how dirty it is. Let me get you in there. Alright, you can see this is the part I got to get up. This is all that polyurethane. It's kind of like caulk, but it's not. I don't know if they painted it in there or if they rolled it. I don't know how they put it in there. But I'm gonna get all this scraped out, get all this cleaned up, and when I go back with it, you can see there's no movement up here, so it's not delaminated. I'm pulling and tugging on it, and I can't get it to move. So basically, I got to get all this up. You see this? You see how it's got that clear? Yeah, it's going to take a while. You see how it's got that clear stuff underneath there? Looks like plastic. But that's what I'm doing on top. I'm gonna get this stuff up, get the flange completely cleaned up, get all this dirt cleaned up, and once I get everything relaminated, then I will come around with this urethane. I'm gonna call them next week before that stuff comes in and order what I need to the urethane he was talking about to reseal this with all the way around. So that's what I'm working with. Got to scrape all this out all the way around. I've already got the side. I don't know if you can tell. Not really. I got the side done all the way down. I got to do the top, and then I'm going to start working on the other side and the bottom. Alright, so I've got the RTV and sealant scraped out all the way around, top, bottom, both sides. Got it clean. Well, I'm going to clean it more, but I've got 99.9% of everything out. So now I've got the wedges in there like they told me to do, and I am reaching in with picks of different lengths and different shapes and digging out all the rotten wood that I can reach. Now, my delam only goes back about the length of that pick. So I ain't got to get much deeper. So I'll get all this wood out down here in the bottom, and then I'll work my way up. And at some point, I'll stop because it's not delammed at the top, and I don't want to cause it to separate. So we're just going to keep working it. Now, I'm going to end up putting that epoxy in between here and in between here. So the wood is between the fiberglass and this thin piece of sheet metal. And then the insulation and the iron frame is between here. It's come separated from both in that one section. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just reaching in there and digging it out the best way I can. They told me all they use is picks and just reach in there and get all they can out. And for the most part, surprisingly, there's a piece there. You can see it's still stuck, but I'm going to go ahead and tear it out. Well, Pawpaw here. I'm fixing to tackle this delamination again. I saved you all the pain of watching me dig the old wood out and scrape the old sealing off and clean the flanges up real good. I've been working on that for the last 3 days. I'll try to show you exactly what I was doing, but basically I got the motorhome ready to put the epoxy into the delam. As I said, the delam is right here and all this bottom right here. And I dug all this wood out of here and I'm going to put wood back in there. This is decorative trim that goes all the way around the motorhome. See it right here? This bead and this piece here. Well, you also got the bead and this piece here, and then you got this piece that hangs down right here. And all that wood was rotten. You can see some of the remnants on the ground there. But I'm going to use a roller to roll the epoxy on both sides of that wood, and then I'm going to shove it up there. I'm going to clamp it with some wood clamps I have. The other part of this is that delamination going on right here. You can see me as I pull it out. You can see it right there. I hope you can see it. So I'll use the tubing system that they sent with the epoxy, and I'll inject that stuff in there. I think it's real important that you get it to the edge, because if you can get epoxy all through there, but ensure that you have it on the edge when you clamp it, it'll help keep moisture from getting back inside. Also, I got a product that they recommended me to use called Sika 221. It's a polyurethane caulking. Both the Country Coach businesses out there in Oregon recommend using it once you get it sealed back up. And that's what I'm going to do. So y'all hang tight and you can watch me do it. Okay, you can see the wood I got laid out. That's the wood going back in there. This is the stuff I'm using. It's called Composite. SLV is for RV delamination. This is what we're going to use. The graduations on the cup. The red is the amount of epoxy, and the black is how much hardener you put in there for the different amounts that you want to mix up. This kit comes with 4 of these cups: stir sticks, wedges, tubing, syringes. Mix up 660. Gotta find something to cut that out with. It's got a metal tab in there. I gotta figure out how to get it out of there. I think if I hit it, I'm not gonna be able to get it out. Yep, that was easy enough. A little metal cap came right out. Same with this one. Got a little metal cap in it. Well, that cap knocked right inside. All right. I may have mixed a little too much, but I don't want to not have enough. Because I'm going to roll this out on this wood. I don't know if y'all can see me mixing this up or not. Yeah, I guess you can. So this is the amount. It may be a little bit too much, but like I said, I don't want to not have enough to roll out both sides of that wood. Roller I'm using. right or wrong, there it is. So that'll stay on there for 24 hours minimum. Tomorrow I'll go drop all this off and see what it looks like. Here in a little while I'm going to do this. I gotta come up with a better game plan than what I've come up with so far. I got a turkey baster with the needle at the top, up there where that hardware was. At the top, up here where the hardware was, I can't get it spread apart very far, and I do want to get that epoxy on the edge, like I was talking about. So I think I'm gonna use that turkey baster, inject it in there, and then as I come down, or I'll work my way up, I'll use the tubing and the injectors that come with the kit and all that to get all that epoxy in there. But I have to do both sides. Remember, I got that metal, right? And it's all delaminated, so I got to get on one side and shoot it in there, and then come on the other side and shoot it in there. And then I got a board and some of these things ratchet out. I'm going to come off the structure and apply pressure to that board with these things, and hopefully that will take care of my delamination problem. And then it's just a matter of sealing it up with that Sikaflex 221 and do a little caulking and clean up where the hardware goes and caulk it back in place, and I should be done in a couple of days. I'll be done with this. Show y'all something. Can you see where I put the wood in there? Now I'll come back with some fiberglass and fill that crack in. But it was like that all the way across. I shortened it up some. It was trying to separate up here when I shove it in. You see this crack? Yeah, this is that decorative trim. If you have it, good luck with it. I'm dealing with this. But they told me out there in Oregon that they normally don't put the wood back in there. They just clamp it shut. I wanted it to be dressed. I didn't want it, you know, look like it's caved in or anything. I wanted it flat to match the rest of the motorhome. So I put a piece of wood back in there, and I stuck it up probably a 1/4 inch deeper in there, not flush. That way I can run a sealer, a caulking, fill it in with body filler or fiberglass. I'm going to show y'all what we're looking at here. So you can see the epoxy where I spilled some and some squished out, but I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a light on it. don't know if you can see it, but it's pushed all the way up. I see epoxy squishing out of the seam. We're gonna leave it 24 hours. And hopefully that fixes the problem. And then I'll use that Sika 221 and seal it off. Both areas. Back there where the metal comes up to this edge and where the metal meets that corner right there. We'll put that Sika 221 and seal it off. Then I'll get some contact cement and put the gasket back in place. Anyway, that's how I did it. Right or wrong, I followed the directions of what they told me out of Oregon, and hopefully it works for me.